The Houston Rockets got by the refs. And apparently we took a loss. Let's talk about it. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Somber Summit State of Mind, brought to you by Jabari Barbecue, located minutes from Toyota Center. Come by, check it out. The best barbecue in H-Town. It's me, it's Main Event JP, and I am here with my boy, the Big Goose. We might be a little damper.
I'm not damper. I'm not damper. We still the second seed, man. Second seed, five.
See, that's real.
That's real.
I think I had a little bit too much emotion riding on last night's game. Because you know why? If anyone listened to the last episode me and DJ were a part of, I called the Lakers game to be the game in which we clinched our spot in the playoffs. I was wrong.
Sorry. It's all right.
It's not my fault.
I'm going to say, look, it's all right. Okay, it's not your fault. It's not my fault. We looking at the backcourt, especially
Jalen and Fred.
The point guard who's making $40 million a year, man. We looking at both y'all, man.
Yeah, that's a real statement, And the game last night was something that, when I was on the timeline, it felt like this was probably the most important game in the last 5 years, and it really felt like it. How can you say this? Like, us clinching a playoff spot, not being in the play-in, it mattered.
Yeah, it mattered.
And it felt really nice to see that the timeline was taken over by people, fans of the Rockets, people that are tuning in that haven't watched in a hot minute. This game really mattered. It was a ticket. It was a hot ticket. The number 2 seed versus the number 4 seed, your Houston Rockets versus the LA Lakers. And the Rockets lost by, 6 points? Like 104-98 was the final score.
Points, yeah.
I had to turn it off with 20 seconds left. I'm an old man. I got to go to sleep. And it's just really unfortunate.
Yeah.
The outcome of the game, not good. The overall impact of the game, I'm not even going to lie to you, I'm actually okay with it. DJ, I got to ask you, like, the impact on you in terms of the outcome, how do you feel about it? And how do you feel about the team overall coming out of the game and moving forward?
I'm going to answer that second question first. I still feel high on the team coming out of this game. The vibes is still, we making the playoffs no matter what.
Hell yeah.
The magic number is still number one, is one. It's not 2, 3, 4. No, it's 1. We got one game to win to make the playoffs.
Yep.
I'm not mad. I'm not that mad. Now, let's get back to that. Let's get back to the actual, get to the game last night, right?
Yeah.
Man, that was some big-time ref ball. I'm sorry. How did we end that first fucking half with 0 free throws? And then I never seen, okay, Luka got fouled, cool, but they didn't call it. But guess what they did? They said, let's go look at it and then review it. Come on, bro.
They politicked.
It was absolutely crazy. Now, we did finish the game, I think, with 1 more free throw than them. But I think it should have been more than 1 free throw. They was hacking the shit out of Şengün.
Yes.
They were hacking the shit out of Jalen.
Yep.
They missed the obvious double dribble call. Luka.
That was nasty.
That shit was
nasty
disgusting.
work. And they ended up hitting a 3, I think, at the end of the
Yeah,
possession.
no. They didn't hit a 3, but they still attempted like a 3, I think.
Yeah, I remember that. I wasn't sure if it went down or not.
And
so
then,
much happened in that game.
And then top it all off, Luka broke Şengün. And it ended up viral. Bleacher Report, Hater Report, NBA Central, NBA Central, ESPN, Sports Center. I couldn't escape. I was on break at work, so I couldn't even escape it. It was just all over. Look at Şengün. I'm like, God.
I ain't gonna lie. I think for that moment, we're going to have a 5-second moment of silence. Because Şengün, my man, got sunned by Luka.
It's all right, though. Luka is top 3 player in the world, man. It's all right.
It's true.
It's true.
It's true. And I mean, LP held his own for the most part.
Yeah.
There were definitely moments in the game in which he did not look good.
Yeah.
And he may have been our most consistent player. He was our most aggressive player in the sense, I would say that. But the overall aspect, it wasn't very good, especially the backcourt. We'll talk about that later, but...
It's just... When they're denying Şengün the ball in the post, let him get post position. Every time he gets the ball, it's either a double team coming. It's hard for him to get a rhythm. I think after those first 3-5 minutes of the first quarter, they were like, okay, yeah, we shutting that shit down.
Oh, immediately.
And I'm not gonna blame it all on the refs.
Yeah.
I want to blame it on our defense too, because letting Gabe Vincent and Dorian Finney-Smith hit 6 threes
They combined
each,
for 30 or 40 points last night.
That's a no-no.
It's obnoxious.
That's a no-no.
Yeah.
We held LeBron in check. Luka still had his little regular stat line, but it wasn't efficient. We held Austin Reeves in check. I think if we don't let Vincent or Finney-Smith get 6 threes each, I think we win that game. I honestly do. I don't think the Lakers are that good enough to fuck the French, to fuck with us. I don't think they can fuck with us. I'm sorry. I don't think the Lakers can fuck with us, man. Especially the way we were playing and it still being close. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Nah, I don't think they can fuck with us, man. So morale is still high. Magic number still 1. We're still going to be a playoff team.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. We lost to the Lakers. Hey, that get back coming April 11th, man. That's all I'm saying.
That's real. I'm going to say this. Based on what we saw last night, Reggie Miller talks about it. He talked about it a ton.
Yeah.
The Rockets have a closer. And despite the way that it finished, I actually am glad that it did the way it did. Okay? I'll say this. Ime went with an 8-man rotation to finish, just to play this whole game. The bench was Jabari Smith Jr., Steven Adams, Tari Eason. That was it. So he immediately went to a playoff rotation against a high playoff seeded team.
Yeah.
So this, in my eyes, this is kind of like an Ime Udoka dress rehearsal for the playoffs.
Yeah.
And what we saw was failure. Let's not even, we can't sugarcoat it.
Yeah, it was
absolute failure to close this game.
I'm not going to just blame the players. I'm going to let you finish. I'm not going to blame my players, too. It's on Ime.
Ime as well.
Yeah, he messed up.
I think that the pulling of Jalen at the 3-minute mark was a huge mistake. Keeping in Fred VanVleet playing 45 minutes, or not 45 minutes, sorry, 40 minutes. That was an hideous mistake.
Facts.
But, I mean, I'm not a coach. I'm not being paid millions of dollars. That'd be cool, but definitely not.
Yeah.
It just seemed like everyone felt really passive. The moment was very big, and I'm okay with that happening on March 31st because these games count, but they don't count as much as the playoffs, and that's okay.
Yeah.
We still have that 2-game cushion over Denver, and we have a fairly big enough cushion to the point that even if we fall to 5 or 6, we're in the play-in.
Yeah.
We just need to win one more game, like DJ stated.
Yeah,
and I think that due to the outcome of this game, it allows Ime to go back to the drawing board. Let's figure some shit out. Because, I mean, even when they did go to LP, it was a little predictable.
Yeah.
We saw LeBron go get that huge block. It was too telegraphed, the offense.
Yeah.
And, LP isn't the quickest guy on the court. And also, when he's going for his layups, he's not really going to be the guy to pass it out.
Yep.
We know what he wants. As soon as he makes his move, he's going to the bucket no matter what.
No matter what.
And LeBron said, fuck that. I'm going to show you why. And, it's a good, humbling experience overall for the boys. I mean, for me, I'm very disappointed in our backcourt, especially Jalen, in terms of his aggression.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he had a bad game. He had a bad shooting night.
Yes.
But his rebounds and assists were there. He was contributing in other ways. His defense was very solid. He wasn't getting dominated out there on the defensive end.
Unlike the $40 million point guard.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Fred VanVleet was, I don't know how many times on the timeline people were like, take this guy out.
Yeah, because shout out to the playback. Shout out to Houston Live. We were in playback.
Yeah.
We were with Legend of Winning and Real Talk.
I saw that.
Yeah. And we were like, they're hunting the fuck out of Fred VanVleet.
Yep, of course.
Real was hunting him. LeBron, Austin Reeves, Luka.
They got the mismatches and they went right to Fred.
And we were like, Ime, why aren't you'll bench Jalen, but you won't bench Fred.
Yep.
He did it once against the Jazz. He let the young guys close it out.
Yep.
And we won the game, even though too close for comfort, but still a win is a win. He let the young guys hold it down and let Fred just sit down, let him do it. In that case, you got. I'm sorry. I know you're trying to do dress rehearsal for playoffs. In that case, you gotta sit Fred. If you're talking about wanting to go at least past the first round, you gotta in those cases when Fred is getting hunted, you gotta sit him down. And it's not a diss to Fred. He's small. He's not the strongest.
It's just a bad matchup.
Yeah, it's a bad matchup.
And that happens. When the point guard is 6'7", then there's definitely issues in terms of size.
Yeah.
You had to have men literally guard Luka for the most part.
Yeah, Luka
he would
was running.
cover LeBron as well. But a man on Luka was the right matchup. Dylan covering LeBron. We know how LeBron feels about Dylan.
Yep.
And frankly, Dylan probably doesn't give a shit about LeBron. He's just like, whatever. I guard him like everyone else. Like, kudos to our guy. Shout out to Dylan Brooks.
Yeah.
But I feel like just the overall aspect, Ime may have been looking at Fred with rose-colored glasses and saying, like, this is our vet. He's getting paid the most on this team. We need to keep him out there. But the way the game was dictated, they hunted him. And it was very blatant from the very beginning, and it continued throughout the game.
Yep.
The man could not make a shot. He was horrible as a point guard. I mean, he did have 9 assists. I'll definitely give him that. But overall, the offense was not very
bad.
good.
Yeah,
it was
bad.
very stagnant. But, I mean, if we're going to blame anybody in terms of offense, it shouldn't fall on Fred. It should definitely fall on the main guy, Jalen Green. Jalen Green did not have a good shooting game. You could tell that maybe he was feeling a little passive, and I was very disappointed in that. I mean, granted, he gets stinkers. It happens. But in that kind of game with that kind of magnitude, I expected more considering he was home. But, you know, this is all a part of the growth of him as being a guy, being the guy. And, you know, like, it's okay. I mean, they combined, 6 for 27 from the field.
Oh, Lord.
2 for 11 from 3.
Oh, Lord.
Fred and Jalen both made 1 apiece. And it was nasty. It was nasty. And you could tell from the beginning, like, Jalen had a little bit of tired legs. He was short from the beginning. And that's how I knew. I was like, oh, this is going to be a long game for him. But he was playing very well on the ball, passing, grabbing rebounds, just being a part of ensuring that he could contribute in any way on the floor, which is part of my issue with Ime. Like, why keep Fred when you have Jalen, who has basically been a top 2 player for you for this whole squad, alternating between him and Şengün?
Yeah.
Like, why keep Fred? Nothing made sense to me. But, hey, you know what? Like I stated, dress rehearsal. This allowed the guys to really get a feel for true playoff intensity. And what a better test than playing against a guy like LeBron James, 4-time NBA champion, considered a top 2 greatest player of all time, depending on how you feel about Michael Jordan.
And by the way,
number 1, number 2.
By the way, we kept him in check until probably that fourth quarter in that last few minutes. We kept him in check. I like how we play defense on him. Luka did not like a man guarding him because a man was giving him hell.
No, he did not.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with defense. It's just our offense, like you said. Stagnant offense.
Yeah.
And we're too predictable. So
I think that the intimidation factor of the Lakers is not that big of a deal.
No,
I think that this team is very capable of beating the Lakers. It took an abysmal game out of Fred and Jalen for them to win by 6.
Yeah.
And they had the advantage of the refs, let alone a fucking technical foul called on Tari Eason for just jamming the ball and yelling at the bench. Like, that is the weakest
that really made
technical
me mad.
foul I've ever seen in my life.
Because I'm thinking, I'm like, why did he get a tech?
It
I think
made
he
no
yelled at the
sense.
ref, hey, call the foul.
Yep.
No, he was yelling at the bench. And I guess the ref thought he was talking to him. But at the same time, come on, man.
Yep.
You can't be that soft to call a tech. And then we were down by like what, 2 or 3 at that point?
It went from a 4-point game to a 2-point game.
Yup. You
and
can't
then
do
they
that.
got the foul. I mean, they got the tee, and then they took the free throw.
And then they had possession right back. You cannot do that.
Exactly.
You
And
cannot.
it was just an extreme disappointment.
I will say this, like I said before, and like you said, the intimidation factor with the Lakers, I don't see it.
Yeah.
I think before when they first traded for Luka, and everybody was like, Luka and LeBron, that's cool. But the way we play ball, like you said, I think we have a chance. If we match up against them in the playoffs, I think we have a chance. Probably not in short series. I'm gonna say 6 or 7.
Yeah.
But hey,
The NBA isn't definitely going to go 7.
In my opinion, if it's not the Thunder or the Nuggets, I don't fear anybody in the West.
Yeah.
I don't feel like Lakers, hell no. Well, I ain't gonna say hell no. Lakers, no. Memphis, hell no. Clippers, hell no. Timberwolves, hell no. Whoever else. Oh, forgot the Warriors. Oh, shit. Damn.
I'm actually not afraid of them, but we can talk about that at some point later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. No, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
If we get there.
Yeah, we not look. I just don't fear nobody. If it ain't OKC or Denver, I don't fear nobody. You know what I'm saying? So
no, I completely agree. I think that, like I said earlier, it took an abysmal games out of Jalen and Fred for them to beat us barely by 6.
Yeah.
LeBron is LeBron, but he's also 40 years old. Luka Doncic made the finals last year, but he is not in the best of health.
Yeah.
And it took otherworldly games out of Dorian Finney-Smith and Gabe Vincent to really hammer it home, and the game plan was good in the sense of make the role players beat you. Ime going to the zone in certain respects was not good. The effectiveness was not good at all. The double big wasn't as effective. We were able to get Jackson Hayes out of the game. Jackson Hayes won't last very long in terms of if we were to play in the playoffs, he by game 3, game 4, he'll be unplayable, in my opinion. I just think that the long-term matchup for us will be better.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that we're going to outright beat them. I can't say that because they still got LeBron and Luka Doncic. You got to show them their respect. This is our first time in the playoffs. But at the end of the day, I'm very confident in this team. And DJ, we're gonna touch on this guy, Kenny's son, Jabari Smith Jr. I brought this up on the last episode with Kenny. Talk about Jabari Smith being a starter. Last night, Jabari he had 15 points, 11 rebounds, and 1 assist. He was the only player with a positive plus-minus, and he seemed like the only player that wasn't really afraid of the moment and made buckets, unlike Dylan Brooks, who was just putting up fadeaway jumpers like it was an everyday practice, which made no fucking sense to me. Excuse my language, sorry. But Jabari Smith Jr., playing the way he's been playing, we spoke about it a little bit when he first came back. The confidence is really back. His effectiveness is there.
Yeah.
DJ, how do you feel about Jabari Smith Jr. currently? And I want to know if you think he should be a starter as well. I mean, return to the starting lineup, excuse me.
Damn. It's like the spotlight on me, man. The producer is just
Tell me how you feel about
the producer is just staring a hole in my soul right now.
In his soul.
Yeah, okay. All right. Kitty, you gotta relax.
He's talking to an audience of one.
No, okay, I'm gonna be for real. I was on team Jabari got to go to the bench when he comes back. But the way he's been playing, I think he deserves more minutes. Whether it's starting or being the first guy off the bench, I think he deserves more minutes.
He only played 27 last night, which I think was not good.
More. Yeah.
Atrocity.
It should have been more.
Absolutely, I agree.
When he came in the game last night, I mean, immediate impact. Him hitting threes, playing defense, getting rebounds. You love to see it.
He was D'ing up LeBron one-on-one.
Yeah.
DJ, you earned a goldfish.
Oh, Lord. Oh, gosh. Thank you. That caught me by surprise. No. But, yeah, I think he deserves more minutes.
I agree.
With Dylan Brooks, I don't know what it is. Every time he sees the Lakers, he just sees red. Just because LeBron is on the other team, I'm about to kill the Lakers. And like you said,
it becomes a detriment.
Yeah, it becomes a detriment. And he takes stupid shots. He forces shots. It's not good. Jabari, like I said, Jabari comes to the game, immediate impact, 3 after 3, defense, rebounds, just hustle. You love to see it. And he knows hey, I got my starting role taken. I understand it's for the best of the team, but I want to prove to my coach and to these guys that, hey, when I'm on the court, it's all systems go.
Yep.
I'm ready. So I will give props to him. I think, he was the only positive last night. In my opinion, I thought Tari was a positive too, but he just kept fouling too much. And I think that was one of the few bright spots last night. Is Jabari Smith, hooping like he did. I think if he played more as well, we might have a chance to win that game.
Yeah.
So, I need those 20. That 27 should have been maybe 35, 38 last night. So.
Oh, we needed that.
Yeah,
Every minute of Jabari was very crucial.
Yeah.
And him on the floor, you could just tell the attitude of the team changed.
It does.
I'm not going to say he played angry. I don't know if that's the right word. But he did play with a chip on his shoulder, like he had something to prove. He was making shots, and that's kind of what we needed last night.
Yeah.
We needed a guy that can provide shooting. And I'll say this, in terms of the short term, Of course, I want Jabari to start, but I think long-term wise, he's necessary to keep.
Yeah.
Like, if we're going to have overall great team success moving forward outside of this year's playoffs going into next year and the year after, I think an extension for Jabari is extremely crucial.
Yeah.
I mean, the man stretches the floor. He's got a 7'7" wingspan. They said it last night. Like, the type of effect he has on the floor, defensively and offensively, is something that's one of one. Like, you just can't replicate what he brings to the table.
Yep.
And that's why I've always wanted him to be back in the starting lineup. And it's okay. I mean, I'm really happy with Tari in the starting lineup. I mean, not sorry, Tari. Amen. Tari has been performing in the starting lineup when Amen was gone. But Amen being a starting lineup, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
If I had to bench one guy, it'd probably be Fred. But, they're not going to do it. He's the highest paid player on the team. Who would be the next bet? Probably Dylan. And would that set a good precedent for Ime?
Yeah.
Probably not. Yeah. So I can see why they don't want to start him. But my preference is to see, fuck that. Fred goes to the bench.
Yeah.
Let Jalen and Amen run it. And just put Jabari on the floor. Let the man cook. I mean, the team is really young. It's okay. Dylan is still out there. He can be a leader on the defensive end. And as long as he understands his role on the offensive end, we're fine. But the game last night was just, I don't even know what to say, man. It was an extremely hard watch, especially with the way the team kind of melted down in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But like I said, nothing wrong with a slice of humble pie. That was a great slice of humble pie on March 31st.
It was.
I'm okay with it.
It was. It's just the narrative, we can't beat great teams or we can't beat.
I mean, that's
teams.
a fucking lie.
Yeah, that's a fucking lie.
Because we're 18 and 12 against teams above 500 or playoff teams.
Yeah,
in both conferences.
Come on now,
It's obnoxious.
We gotta be fair. I kept seeing that all over my time, Rockets are fake. Man, stop the bullshit, man. This is the same team that went to Cleveland and Boston, beat them, beat Cleveland, and also beat a whole plethora of playoff teams. It doesn't I'm not trying to hear that.
And with that being said, DJ, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsor, J-Bar-M Barbecue. The best barbecue spot in H-Town. Apollo's favorite barbecue joint in H-Town. We will be there tomorrow. But if you're listening to it tomorrow, today, we will be there today for a pregame happy hour for the Houston Rockets versus the Utah Jazz game at Toyota Center for Filipino Heritage Night. Shout out to the Philippines, all the Filipinos here in H-Town. Show up, show out for our people at J-Bar-M Barbecue. Go ahead, enjoy. We got daily specials, $5 margaritas, $10 3 street tacos and margarita deals, and a potential event going on this Saturday for a very special game for Houston.
Stay tuned.
Go Cougs. Okay, DJ, we're going to do it like this.
Right.
We're going to do the Texas Trinity 3 keys to the game, but it's not going to be 3 keys. We will do 2 keys and our prediction for a Jalen Green stat line. With it being Filipino Heritage Night, let's do it. DJ, what you got?
All right, so first 2 keys, right? Number 1, Jalen, wake up. I think Jalen's gonna shake off that rough game he had, shooting game he had against the Lakers.
Yep.
And he's gonna, pop off against the Jazz. Number 2, hustle. I'm not trying to lose to a 60-loss Jazz team. They have 60 fucking losses. Hustle. Show them, hey, when you come here to the H, ain't shit free. All right? Ain't shit easy. You gonna take this L like a man, okay? So that's key number 2. Final one would be Jalen stat line. I'm predicting a 25-point game with 6 rebounds and 5 assists on, I'm gonna say 11 or 20 shooting.
I love it.
Yeah.
55%.
55%.
That's still pretty good.
That's still
if you
good.
ask me, that is a great shooting night out of Jalen Green,
Yep.
recovering from this debacle in LA. My 2 keys will be to the Rockets. Shout out to my earlier comment and key. Remember who you are. Shout out to Mufasa. From Lion King. Rockets. Remember who you are. You are the number 1 offensive rebounding team in the league by a wide margin. Everybody and their mom talks about it.
Facts.
LA did their part to ensure that the Rockets could not do that. And it showed last night. The Rockets struggled from the offensive boards, and Steven Adams couldn't recover everything that he wanted, but that's all a part of it. Remember who you are. This is a Utah Jazz team that sucks. They got 60 losses, like DJ said. They don't belong on the same court of the Houston Rockets. Let's be completely transparent.
I want to be humble, but they don't. They have 60 fucking losses.
Absolutely.
Come on,
I mean,
man.
if your top player is Keontae George, there's a problem. And number 2.
Yo, chill out. He cooked us the first time.
He
man.
did. He killed us. But that's why. That's the point. Role players
You know
going
what I'm
off.
saying? Come on,
Always
man.
happening to us. But the second key, the backcourt, I'm looking at y'all, including you, my boy Jalen. But Fred VanVleet, the highest paid player on this team, I need you to show up.
Show up.
Just be an average NBA player, and we should win.
Facts.
I mean, I feel like that's not a lot to ask, but also feels extremely disrespectful. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you, to Fred, but I want us to clinch a playoff spot.
Yeah.
We need to clinch a playoff spot.
We need
and I
this.
think that tomorrow night is the night in which the Houston Rockets officially clinch their chance to play in a 7-game series for the first time in 5 years, and I need our backcourt to at least play efficiently. Efficiently enough to win.
Yeah.
Jalen, my stat line to you tomorrow night, man, 30 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. My man's going to go off. It's Filipino Heritage Night. It is his night to show the world who he is, the city of Houston who he is, into the community that supports him so deeply here in Heuston. I probably think he'll probably go maybe 11 of 18.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
That's not bad. That's
I
good.
think
That's
that's
great.
pretty good. He'll get 6 free throws. He'll make 5 of them.
Yeah.
That's what we need. He won't. I don't think he'll take as many threes. Maybe he'll get to the bucket a bit more. I think that he'll probably want to do that, easier shots. I want to see him kind of work the midi, but we'll see. I don't know. But you know what? I think that the Rockets will get a dub. DJ, before we go home here, let the people know where they can find you.
You can always find me on Twitter at Hustletown Unseasoned, SZN at the end. You're not getting the IG.
It's never going to happen.
Never
guys.
going to happen. It's not going to happen. Don't
I'm
even
really
think
sorry.
about it, you know?
Don't be disappointed. It's okay. Eventually, one day, you can see us on.
I'm pretty sure somebody probably already found it. They just don't want to, expose me. So.
I mean, if they did try to add you, it probably got lost in the hustle and bustle that is the friend request room. There's a ton of requests in there. I'm sure for a lot of us. This is why we choose private for a reason.
Facts. Facts.
It's for real, man. It's a real thing.
It is.
But make sure to follow me on socials at JP_Mirabueno. Make sure to follow the podcast on Twitter at Summit, SOMPOD. Make sure to follow the Instagram at Summit State of Mind _POD. And make sure to follow us on all platforms, everything. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook at Apollo HOU. And do not forget to super kick that subscribe button for YouTube at Apollo HOU again. We are at 14.2K subs, and I'm still trying to slowly nudge us. Maybe we can get to 14.3 by the end of the week. With that, I feel like that's a low
That's
bar
doable.
set for
That's
our
doable.
for our subscribers.
Yeah.
Just make sure to comment, like, whatever. Do what you can.
Yeah.
If you like this episode, if you didn't like it, it's cool. Even if you want to dislike it, I don't want to encourage you to dislike it, but if that's how you really feel, that's also a fair thing to do. I understand. Not everything we say or do is likable. But please support us. We really, really do appreciate you. And DJ, I guess it's that time, bro.
It's that time.
It's that time, Oos. Give him the word.
4 letters, 1 word. Yeet.
Yeet.
Come on now.
Hey.
I need playoffs.